तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
So today we are at Sri Giriraj Talahati, and here we sit in the shade of the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and listen to the katha of the manifestation of Sri Giriraj before we do parikrama of Sri Giriraj.
Hari Hari Bol. So before we get into the nectar of today's session, we would like to announce and congratulate the participants of the quiz session from yesterday. We'd like to congratulate Hari Prasad Prabhu, Mother Amrita Radhika, Anjudi, Shimantadvi Prabhu and Vaijayanti Lalita Mataji, Meera Bhushan Mataji, Mitanjali Pradhan Mataji, Nutan Purohit Mataji, Janeshwar Gauranga Prabhu and Barshana Chitra Mataji, Hari Krishna Madali Prabhu and Ananga Mohini Gopika. Thank you all so much for participating in the quiz session from yesterday.
Hare Krishna. So today we will discuss, why did Lord Balaram hide Sri Radha? And then we will discuss the appearance of Sri Giriraj in this world, how Sri Giriraj desires to stay in Vraja, and thus he tricks Pulastya Muni. Then we discuss about how Krishna requests the Vrajabasis to offer worship to Govardhan hill, how Sri Giriraj eats all the Bhoga, and then Indra is angered. Krishna lifts the Govardhan Sri Giriraj. Then Indra begs forgiveness from Krishna. And then we end today's discussion with the glories of Kartik, the Japa tips with a sweet pastime to enhance our Japa.
Hare Krishna. So yesterday we arrived here at Sri Radha Kund, and we are right now here at Talahati, the foothills of Sri Giriraj, which is in the shelter of Srimati Radharani's divine lotus feet. Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Lal ki Jai.
Sri Radha Kunda, Shama Kunda, Sri Giriraj, they all fall within the fifth forest out of the 12 forests that we were discussing, which is Vrindavan. Vrindavan, the forest of Vrinda Devi. Of these 12 forests, the forests of Vrindavan is considered to be not only the most sacred, but also the largest.
Haribo.
And within it, the most intimate and confidential pastimes of divine love took place. And so today we will listen to the pastime of the appearance of Sri Giriraj Govardhan. And with his beautiful glories of Sri Giriraj Govardhan, tomorrow we will start our parikrama of Sri Giriraj.
Jai.
Situated in the middle of the vast Vrindavan forest in the transcendental mountain known as Govardhan. Upon the slopes of this transcendental mountain, Lord Sri Krishna, he enjoyed innumerable childhood pastimes, surrounded by his most confidential associates, the beautiful gopis and cowherd boys of Vrindavan. Govardhan, which is also known as Giriraj, the king of all mountains, Giri Raj, the king of all mountains, is the sacred center of Vraja, and it's identified as a natural form of Krishna. In fact, the name Govardhan has two translations primarily. In the literal meaning, Go translates to cows, and Vardhanam translates to nourishment or to flourish. So Govardhan means one who makes the cows flourish by supplying soft, nourishing grass and crystal clear fountain water. Another meaning of Go is the senses, and another meaning of Vardhana is to increase. Thus, the name is also translated, name Govardhan, is also translated by devotees of Krishna as that which increases the senses in their attraction to Krishna.
Haribo.
Increase not the sense gratification, but in how it attracts the senses to Krishna. So in this connection, it is believed that the personality of Govardhan, he blesses the devotee by increasing his or her devotion. Thus, while residing in the foothills of Govardhan Hill, all the senses are more inclined to perform eternal service to Krishna.
Haribo.
It is said that Giriraj actually has descended from Sri Krishna's transcendental abode, Goloka Vrindavan, to Vraja on this earth planet. He came with the calves, pure lakes and ponds and various minerals. There is Garika, which is red ochre, that are useful in the service of the divine couple Sri Radha and Krishna. Now, Giriraj Govardhan is not different from Krishna in truth, in essence, in tattva. Yet, he is Krishna, but he is also Haridasvarya, the best amongst the servants of Krishna, the best amongst the servants of Hari.
Haribo.
Krishna, he lifted Govardhan mountain in order to curb the pride of Indra, the king of heavens, when Krishna was just a 7-year-old boy. Sri Krishna, he held the enormous Govardhan hill on the little finger of his left hand for 7 days. Govardhan hill, when we see, it should be actually envisioned in the shape of a peacock that is resting with its head tucked inside its tail into its side. The peacock's face is also considered to be very beautiful because the face of Govardhan is Kusum Sarovar. Its neck is Manasi Ganga. Its mouth is Mukharavinda. In fact, in Govinda Lilamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says its two eyes are Radha Kund and Shamakund, and the end of the tail is Punchari.
Haribo. So it is said that in the Shalmali Dvipa, which is a parallel universe to our universe, it is said that the wife of the great mountain Dronachala gave birth to an illustrious son named Govardhan. And at the time of Govardhan's appearance, all the devatas appeared in the sky and showered flowers upon him. The great mountains who were led by the Himalayas and the Sumeru all came there to offer obeisances to Govardhan. Then they performed parikrama, circumambulation of Govardhan, and accepted all the mountains, unanimously accepted Govardhan as their king. And therefore, they offered him the name as Giriraj. Giriraj meaning the king of all mountains. So the demigods, they offered very nice prayers, offering and praising Govardhan for having descended directly from Goloka Vrindavan and just to come down here to this universe to assist in the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. And they described Govardhan as the crown jewel of Vraja. It is said some years later that at the beginning of Satya Yuga, the great sage Pulastya Muni once paid a visit to Shalmali Dweepa.
And when he saw the beautiful Govardhan hill covered with many lovely creepers and flowers and rivers and caves along with chirping birds, Pulastya Muni, he felt that this hill is capable of giving liberation. So he went to Dronachal, the father of Govardhan, who immediately offered respects and inquired from Pulastya Muni about what service can we render? So Pulastya Muni informed Dronachal that he was from Kashi, Banaras, and was on a pilgrimage to the holy places. And he said, even though the sacred river Ganges, Ganga, flows through Kashi, there is no beautiful hill. He then asked Dronachal, I have a request. Please give Govardhan to me so that I can perform my austerities on top of the hill of Govardhan. On hearing the sage's request, Dronachal, he was not willing to part with his son. And so he started shedding tears in thought of separation from his beloved Govardhan, his son. But in order to please Pulastya Muni, Dronachal, with a heavy heart, gave his permission. So Govardhan also agreed to go with the sage on one condition, that if Pulastya Muni puts him down anywhere during the course of the journey, he would not be able to lift him again. Pulastya Muni agreed, and he carried Govardhan in his right hand and left for Kashi. Now, by the will of providence, Pulastya Muni passed through Vraja, Dham, Vrajamandal, on his way to Kashi. And on arriving in Vraja, Govardhan thought that, wow, this is such a wonderful place. This is my original home, Goloka Vrindavan. I must remain in this holy town. So Govardhan, by his mystic power, he was able to influence Pulastya Muni to attend to the call of nature. And Pulastya Muni was not able to just control this call of nature. And so he unmindfully just kept Govardhan down and went off to answer to the call. But when he returned, he was unable to lift Govardhan again. He tried and tried with all his might, using one hand, then both the hands. But he just could not lift Govardhan even a slight bit.
Rivo.
So in great anger, Pulastya Muni became angry and he cursed Govardhan. You will sink into the ground by the measurement of one mustard seed every day.
Rivo.
So when Govardhan had come first to Vraja, in the beginning of Satya Yuga, it is said that Govardhan at that time was 115 kilometers long, 72 kilometers, like 64 miles long, 40 miles wide, and 16 miles high.
Rivo.
Now the hill is only 80 feet high at its highest point. Today, it used to be miles long in Satya Yuga, but day by day by day, sinking into the ground by one mustard seed every day, it has now become just 80 feet high at its highest point. And it is said in the next 10,000 years of Kali Yuga, Govardhan would have completely disappeared. It is said by the Acharyas that Govardhan is decreasing in size also because of separation from Lord Krishna.
And Srila Radharaman Maharaj also mentioned that if Govardhan Giridhari would have actually been 64 miles long, imagine how long it would take us to do parikrama. We would never be able to do parikrama, like the way we are able to do today of Sri Giriraj. So out of his mercy for the people of Kali Yuga, this curse is actually a blessing so that we can successfully perform Sri Giriraj Govardhan Parikrama. So it is said that, every year Nanda Baba and the Vrajabasis, they would offer sacrifice to Indra, huge, grand, elaborate worship to Indra every year so that he can pour down rain. But then when Krishna, he was 7 years, and then Krishna came and he convinced Nanda Baba, because Krishna thought that Indra is supposed to he's supposed to be carrying out his responsibility without even getting worship. Why does he need to be worshipped? To execute his duties, his responsibilities. So Krishna knows the heart of everyone, and Krishna knew that Indra was getting unnecessarily puffed up, very much proud of him being the king of the heaven. Therefore, Krishna, he can tolerate everything in his devotees, but Krishna cannot tolerate pride. And Krishna can go up to any extent to curb the pride of his dear devotees. So one of the main reasons why Krishna stopped Indra Puja is because of this reason, to curb the pride of Indra. So Krishna, he convinced Nanda Maharaj and all the cowherd men to worship Govardhan instead of doing a sacrifice to please Lord Indra, who is the king of heaven, who is in charge of the rain. And Krishna told the cowherd men that Govardhan hill is actually supplying so many necessities for our daily survival. We are all cowherd men. So our cows are being nourished by Govardhan. So therefore, we must worship Govardhan instead. And all the Vrajabasis, they immediately agreed to what Krishna was proposing. This is the beauty of the Vrajabasis. Imagine, Krishna is just a 7-year young boy, and all the big men of Vrindavan, they were immediately convinced, okay, Krishna, you are saying it, we will do it. And then what did they do? They carried all the arrangements, and that they had prepared for Lord Indra, and they grandly worshipped Sri Giriraj. And they came to do a Maha Govardhan Puja. They came to the foothills of Sri Govardhan. It is said that the inhabitants of Vrindavan, they assembled together. And when they came, they first actually circumambulated the Govardhan hill. The gopis, they dressed themselves very, very beautifully, and they all sat in bullock carts, bull-driven carts, and in these carts they actually performed parikrama of Sri Giriraj. Nanda Baba and all the cowherd men, they got very, very learned brahmanas who performed very beautiful Govardhan puja, and by chanting Vedic hymns and offering abundant bhoga. So much bhoga they all brought from all over Vraj, that it was so pleasing to Krishna that, Govardhan himself, Krishna then assumed, this beautiful, unprecedented, huge form to instill faith in the Vrajabasis. And he came to eat all the offerings. And these beautiful offerings, Krishna declared that I am Govardhan mountain. And Krishna started eating all the abundant offerings, all the puris, the halwa, everything Krishna was just devouring. And When Krishna was devouring, everyone was seeing that, oh, this is our Kanha. This is, look at Govardhan's face. It resembles our Kanha. So all the Vrajabasis together, they were bowing down to Govardhan hill. And then, Govardhan Hill just appeared in this way in person and just started accepting and eating all the offerings that the Brajbasis were making. And Giriraj kept saying, Anior, Anior, means bring me more, bring me more. And he was just eating all the offerings that the Brajbasis were bringing.
It was such a blissful experience at that time to witness Sri Giriraj eating all the bhoga that the Vrajvasis very, very lovingly offered. After the cowherd men, they worshipped Govardhan hill. Lord Indra, he became extremely angry and he felt insulted that he was not worshipped. He then sent torrents of rain upon Vrindavan. He invoked the Samvatarka clouds who showered their rain during the universal destruction. In fact, it is said when the Samvatarka clouds pour rain, each droplet of rain is like a pillar.
Oof.
These are pillars of water pouring. And the Samvatarka clouds are so thick that if today Samvatarka clouds assemble, the airplanes would just break inside them.
Oh,
because they are so dense and so thick. So the residents of Vrindavan, when these Samvatarka clouds came, the residents of Vrindavan, they just ran to Krishna. That's what a devotee does. Whenever we are in any kind of trouble or happiness, we run to Krishna. If some good news is there, we run to Krishna to thank him. If we need shelter, we immediately run to Krishna, try to follow his instructions, try to please him in some way. That is what it means to take shelter. And then Krishna lifted Govardhan hill and he held it over the residents of Vrindavan like an umbrella.
Haribo. Such a beautiful vision to behold, that how Krishna, when Indra was showering these torrents of rains, flooding Vrindavan, and the Brajbasis were just, helplessly, they ran to Krishna, Krishna, help, help, help. And here Krishna came and just picked up Govardhan like a little mushroom, it is said. And then like that, he made Govardhan an umbrella. In fact, there's a very beautiful and mysterious pastime that took place here under the Govardhan umbrella, which we will hear during our Japa tip section in regards to why did Lord Balaram hide Srimati Radharani. So stay tuned.
Now, these inhabitants of Vrindavan and their animals, they remained there under the Govardhan hill for 1 week without being disturbed by hunger, thirst, or any other discomforts. They were just astonished to see how Krishna was holding up the mountain with the little finger of his left hand. And they were thanking Indra, actually, that we have the opportunity because of you, Indra, to just gaze at Krishna 24 hours a day, 3,600 seconds an hour for 7 days and 7 nights. They were just feasting on the darshan of beautiful Krishna. And seeing this extraordinary mystic power of Krishna, Indra, the king of heaven, he was thunderstruck. He was baffled in his determination. What has happened? Who is this person? He immediately called out for the clouds and asked them to desist. And Indra, after 7 days, he realized his big blunder. And he understood, this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is not an ordinary person. This is not even an extraordinary person. This is beyond. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he went to Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma advised him, well, you must beg forgiveness for this offense, because if your intention was good and action was bad, Krishna would have accepted your intention. If your action was bad and intention was good, he would have accepted your intention. But your intention was bad and your action was bad. So Krishna is waiting. You must go and ask for forgiveness and he will give it. But Indra was feeling so ashamed to approach the Lord directly, and rightly so. We must never approach the Lord directly. We must always approach through his devotee. Then Krishna is much, much more pleased. So he came to Mother Surabhi and requested Mother Surabhi, the cow, to please, can you please appeal to the Lord on his behalf to forgive Indra? So Mother Surabhi, being pleased with the sincerity of Indra, appealed to Krishna. And Krishna cannot refuse any appeal from Mother Surabhi. And Krishna immediately forgave Indra. Krishna said, you have actually tormented my devotees. If you would have tormented me, it would not have been a problem. But you actually tormented my devotees. So I would not have forgiven you, but another devotee, my dear Surabhi, has asked, so I will forgive. Similarly, we were reading that Srila Prabhupada said that Srimati Radharani, if we please Srimati Radharani goes to Krishna. And hear attentively what Srila Prabhupada said, that Srimati Radharani tells Krishna. Srimati Radharani tells him, see, this devotee is so nice. He is a better devotee than me. Please accept him or her. This is Srimati Radharani's humility. She doesn't think she's the personification of bhakti, but she doesn't consider herself the greatest bhakta. She always tries to push others towards Krishna, and she stays at the back. And because of that, Krishna starts from the back. He doesn't start from the front to give attention. He starts from the back, and whoever is the servant of the servant of the servant, as Srimati Radharani is setting an example, that's why she's the most dearest. So anyway, Surabhi appealed, and Krishna immediately forgave Indra. Indra, he was so jubilant, like a big burden got off his heart. So he performed Abhishek of Lord Krishna with the milk of Surabhi, the celestial cow, at this place at Govindakund. And Indra asked Airavat, his elephant, please pour down water from Akash Ganga, the celestial Ganga, and bathe Krishna. So Indra also coronated Krishna and gave him the name Govinda, because Krishna nourishes and gives pleasure to all the cows and the gopas and the gopis and to the land of Vraja. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Govinda Dev ki
jai. Shri Govardhan Giriraj Dhari ki jai. Shri Haridas Varya Shri Govardhan Giridhari ki jai. So now we continue on with the glories of Kartik, where in Sri Hari Bhakti Vilas, it is mentioned about the glories of offering a lamp to Krishna in this month of Kartik. It is said that when one offers a lamp during the month of Kartik, his sins of many thousands and millions of births perish in half an eye blink. Imagine, not even a full blink of an eye, just a half blink of an eye. We don't even know how to half blink an eye. It is said that just by offering a lamp, one lamp, during the month of Kartik, we can get the perishing of sins of thousands and millions of births. This is how auspicious it is to offer a lamp in this month of Kartik. So we request everyone, like we were mentioning yesterday, that not only let us offer a lamp for ourselves, but let us also offer one more lamp, remembering all the devotees and all the people of this world, that on their behalf, Krishna, we are lighting a lamp for you. So now we come to the next part of our session, which is the final part, which is the Japa tips, which is a sweet pastime to enhance our Japa, which we are sharing in this month, which when we can meditate upon before we start chanting our Japa, and we will see that our Japa will be elevated to a different level altogether.
So one of the japa tips for today is we should understand that the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is like boarding a train. Just like when we are sitting in train, we are chanting Hare Krishna is like we're sitting in train and we are going in the train of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare.
And as soon as our mind becomes distracted, we are thrown off that train. And then suddenly we realize, oh, I'm distracted. I need to get back on the train. So what do? In order to get back on the train, we can't get back on a fast train. We have to slow down the train. So we start chanting slowly. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
And then we need to board on the train one bogie at a time. So it is advised that we just before, if our mind is distracted, we want to focus again, start focusing on hearing just Hare in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And in one or two times of chanting that, you will see that as we are focusing on Hare, slowly we have boarded the train and we'll be able to focus on the holy name of Krishna and Rama as well in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and continue that way. So this is one japa tip. Once if we get distracted, slow down and focus on just Hare, and then you'll be able to focus on Krishna and Rama eventually in the train as you board the train.
Haribo.
So now let's hear a very beautiful and mysterious pastime that took place here under the Govardhan umbrella in regards to why, oh, why did Lord Balaram hide Srimati Radharani?
So when Sri Krishna, he lifted Sri Giriraj to protect all the Vrajabasis, everyone, not only the residents of Vraja, but the cows, the other animals, and all the residents of the entire Vraja came under the shelter of Sri Giriraj. In fact, it is said that Srimati Radharani and all the residents of Barshana, they also came under the shelter of Sri Giriraj. And we can see how happily Krishna, when Srimati Radharani is coming with the Barsana people, how Krishna is actually calling them inside. You know, he still lifted his hand with the left hand, and with his right hand, he's calling them, come, come, come. He's so excited that all the Barsana people are coming into Govardhan. And this was one of the most pleasurable things, not only for Krishna, but for the residents of Vrindavan also, that because, you know, not for an entire day is anyone able to see Krishna. Like Sometimes the gopis are able to be with Krishna, sometimes the gopas are able to be with Krishna, sometimes Nanda Baba, Jashoda Maya are able to be with Krishna. But this pastime of Krishna lifting Govardhan hill, this gave an opportunity to the entire Braj, including the animals of Vraja, to come under the same umbrella for 7 days and 7 nights and receive uninterrupted darshan of Krishna continuously. So when Shri Krishna, he saw that Srimati Radharani has come, we can see here Krishna is shyly looking at Srimati Radharani. She has arrived. And when both of their eyes met with each other's, Krishna's little finger on which he was holding up Giriraj, it just trembled a little bit. And when it trembled a little bit, the entire big mountain appeared to be just falling just for a moment. Everyone was shouting. Then Lord Balaram, we can see Lord Balaram, who's standing here. He noticed, he knows what just happened. And he also knows what happens to Krishna when Krishna looks at Srimati Radharani. And Lord Balaram immediately, if we can see here that Krishna is looking at Radharani, Lord Balaram is saying, "Oh Kanha, not now. You're distracting all of us. We are feeling now the hill will come crashing upon us. Oh Kanha, don't look at Srimati Radharani now." And Lord Balaram, what did he do? He immediately came and he stood in front of Srimati Radharani. Lord Balaram, he always knows what to do, how to save a precarious situation. So Lord Balaram just saved the situation, and he came and stood in front of Srimati Radharani. And when he did that, Lord Balaram actually told the residents of Barshana that hide Srimati Radharani, so that Krishna would not get distracted. So Lord Balaram took care of the situation, and Lord Balaram actually, we can see that Lord Balaram was actually on our left side in the previous picture. And now, because he came in front of Srimati Radharani and he told Krishna, turn the other side, Kanha, turn the other side. And then Lord Balaram is now on our right hand side. So this is how Lord Balaram came and he took care of the situation. Now, when Nanda Baba and all the elderly cowherd men, they witnessed Krishna's hand trembling out of their parental love for Krishna, they thought that, oh, our Kanha, he's so delicate, he's so fragile. How can he lift the weight of this gigantic mountain? So what did they do?
They decided, oh, Krishna is lifting such a big weight all alone. Let us support Krishna. And they lifted their sticks and showing Krishna that they were helping in holding Giriraj as well. Krishna, we are also helping. Don't worry, don't worry. So Krishna smiled at the innocence of Nanda Baba and the cowherd men, and to make them realize the truth, Krishna moved his finger momentarily and tilted Sri Govardhan hill towards the Vrajabasis who were trying to hold through their sticks. And Sri Giriraj immediately started toppling, and they all exclaimed, Krishna, Krishna, please help, please help. And again, Krishna strongly and boldly helped the mountain, and everyone understood it is Krishna who is holding it. Similarly, sometimes we think that we can take care of all our problems. We can hold the sticks and lift the Govardhan of all our problems. But little do we know that it is Krishna who is taking care of us in good times and bad times. And we think we are taking care of ourselves. So just like the Vrajabasis thought they could hold Govardhan. So sometimes when we think, yes, we can take care of it, Krishna tilts the problem and tries to move away a little bit. And then we start getting crushed into the problem, under the weight of the problems. And then Krishna lifts back again and we cry, Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho, please save us. One other very sweet pastime which demonstrates how Sri Giriraj facilitates the sweet pastimes of Sri Radha Gopinath ji.
So it is said that Sri Radha and Sri Krishna, they would decide to meet at a designated spot in Sri Giriraj, in the caves of Sri Giriraj, through their cowherd boyfriends and the cowherd girlfriends, the sakhas and the sakhis, and so as not to disturb the intimate pastimes of the divine couple, Sri Giriraj would actually manifest and show the divine footprints of these personalities, of three personalities actually. So who are the three personalities of whose footprints would be revealed on the body of Giriraj? Let us see those three personalities. The three personalities are Balaramji, Krishna, and Srimati Radharani. So Sri Giriraj would manifest the footprints of these personalities on himself. He would actually manifest black footprints for Sri Krishna. He would manifest red footprints for Srimati Radharani. And Sri Giriraj would manifest white footprints for Sri Balaram. So whenever Lord Balaram, he would see a pair of red footprints and black footprints, Lord Balaram would immediately understand that the divine couple are actually together, and he would not go that side, he would change his course. And similarly, when Sri Radhe, when she would see white footprints, she would immediately understand that Lord Balaram is actually with Sri Krishna, and she would also not go in that direction. So in this way, Sri Giriraj, who is Haridasa Varya, who is the perfect and the topmost servitor of Sri Krishna, who is non-different from Krishna himself, how wonderfully he facilitates these pastimes of Sri Radha Gopinath ji. So let us offer our humble prayers to Sri Giriraj that we may follow in his footsteps and try to imbibe his mood in always making the perfect arrangements for the pleasure of Sri Krishna, that we may also be able to serve Sri Guru and Gauranga in the same way and please them with our sincere services. With this, we offer our obeisances to Sri Giriraj Govardhan Lal. Namaste Girirajaya.
Namaste Girirajaya.
Govardhana iti namine.
Govardhana iti namine.
Ashesha klesha nashaya.
Ashesha klesha nashaya.
Paramananda daine.
Paramananda daine.
So before we complete our session, we wanted to give everyone a darshan of this Giriraj Shila. So this Giriraj Shila was actually given to us by one Vrajabasi who is a relative of Prabhu. And on this Giriraj Shila, Krishna has placed his lotus feet. So if we just, it is a magic Shila. If we just put water in this Giriraj Shila, then yes, here it is. We can see how black color, dye comes out. If we just put water, black color dye comes out. And we always, every day, we put this lotus feet of Krishna upon our heads. So this is the proof that actually Giriraj would manifest, Krishna's footprints, Srimati Radharani's footprints, and Lord Balaram's footprints upon his transcendental self. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhan Lal Ki Jai. So today We would like to wish a very, very happy birthday to our very dearest brother, His Grace Prema Vikas Prabhu.
Very happy birthday, Prabhu.
So, Prem Vikas Prabhu, we wish you a very happy birthday. May Shri Shri Radha Madhava shower their choicest blessings upon you. And today we dedicate our bhajan, which is because we are glorifying Giriraj. So we are going to be singing a bhajan, which is written by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis, about residing, praying for residence at the foothills of Govardhan. Nija nikata nivasam dehi Govardhanatvam. So we dedicate our bhajan today to our dearest Rasika and her wonderful family, our dearest Nutan Mataji and her wonderful family, our dearest Anjudi and her family, dearest Hemangi Mataji and her family, our dearest brother and his family, our dearest Bhakti Mataji and Krishna Sharanam Prabhu, dearest Hari Prasad Prabhu, the family of our dearest Amrita Radhika, our dearest Keshavi and her family, and the devotee congregation at Sikandrabad and Hyderabad. And we also dedicate it to little Mehek.
May the Supreme Personality, Lord Nrsingadev, Shri Damodar and Shri Giriraj grant protection and fearlessness to everyone. So we request everyone, please offer the lamps to Shri Shri Radha Damodar during the bhajan. And it would be wonderful if you can turn on your cameras so everyone can take darshan.
Haribo. Nijapati bhujadanda chatra bhavam prapadya pratihata madadrishto danda devendra garva atula prathula shela Shri Bhupa Priyam Me Nijani Katarivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Pramada Madana Leela Kandare Kandare Te Rachayati Navayuno Dvandvamasmi Amandam Iti Kila Kalanartham Lagnakastadvayorme Nijani Katanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Anupamamanivedhi Ratnasimhasanorvi Ruhajaradharasanu Droni Sanghe Shurangaye Sahabala Sakhibhi Sankhilayam Swapriyam Me Nijani Katanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Rasanidhi Navayuno Sakshinim Danakeler Dyuti Parimalavedham Shamavedim Prakashya Rasika Varakulanam Modamasvalayam Me Nijani Katanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Haridaitamapurvam Radhika Kundamatma Priya Sakhamiha Kanthe Lingya Gupta Navayuga Mukhelas Tatra Pashadrame Nijani Katanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Sthala Jala Tala Saspair Bhuruha Chayaya Cha Pratipadamanukalam Hanta Samvardhayanga Trijagati Nijagotram Sarthakam Khyapayam Me Nijanikatanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Surapati Krita Dirgha Drohato Gushtaraksham Tava Navagriharupa Syantare Kurvataiva Aghabakari Punochay Dattamanadrutam Me Nijanikatanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Girinripaharidasa Shrinivaryeti Nama Mritamidamuditam Shri Radhika Vaktrachandrat Vrajanavati Lakatve Kripta Vedasfutam Me Nijanikatanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nija Janayutaradha Krishna Maitri Rasakta Vrajanara Pashupakshi Saukyaikadata Aganita Karunatvam Namuri Krityatantam Nijanikatanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nirupadhikarunena Shri Sachinandanena Tvai Kapati Sathopi Tvat Priyena Pritosmi Iti Khalu Mamayoggya Yogyatan Namagrinan Nijanikatanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Rasadadasakamasya Shrila Govardhanasya Kshitidhara Kulabhartur Ya Prayatma Dadhite Sasapadi Sukhadesmin Vasamasadya Saksha Chubada Yugala Seva Ratnamapnoti Turnam Nijanikatanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam Nijanikatanivasam Dehi Govardhanatvam
Govardhan ki jai. Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. So today's quiz questions are: first, which is the most sacred of all forests in Sri Brajbhumi?
Second, explain the two meanings of Govardhan.
Third, how old was Krishna when he lifted Govardhan?
Fourth, what was the curse given by Pulastya Muni to Sri Giriraj?
Fifth, whom did Indra approach after he realized his offense?
Sixth, who are the three personalities whose footprints Sri Giriraj manifests on himself? Jai, wonderful questions, dearest Ananga Mohini Gopika. Thank you so very much.
So let's open the lines for questions, comments, reflections, and realizations.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
So beautifully explained, Giriraj Mahima. And that lesson is very nice, when they were trying to help Krishna and he just showed his influence. And, we should always depend on Krishna, not that we are able to do anything. We don't have anything that we can control. And and also, how Giriraj manifests the three footprints, the secret codes for Krishna and Radha and Balaram. It's so nice. That is very, very, very interesting. So, and Japa is also beautiful, getting on the train and get off the train. So once you're on the train, don't try to get off. Keep traveling. It's so wonderful, Mataji. Beautiful picture. And as again, thank you for taking us on the nice parikrama.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Nice
Thank
bhajan,
you.
Mataji.
Nice.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so
Hare
much,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Jai Shri
Hare
Guru.
Krishna, Hare
Jai
Krishna.
Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you so much for another wonderful pastime narrations. I learned a lot of new things today, especially Balaram, Sri Balaramji hiding Radharani. I never heard that before. That was the first time. And then, of course, giving us the beautiful darshan of your Saliga Govardhan Sila. Thank you so much. And again, we seek your blessings in this wonderful month of Kartik. Thank you so much, Mataji Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji Mataji. Dandan
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Mataji. Dandot Pranam.
Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Shri Guru and Gauranga. Such a wonderful session. Thank you, Prabhuji Mataji. And bring us our consciousness because Govardhan Puja is coming soon. And such a beautiful pastime to narrate today. It was so, so wonderful. And Mataji, you said the Giriraj, another name is also Haridas Varya, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what is the story behind it? How his name is Haridas Varya?
Well, because the story that we just said, that how Haridasa means he's the servant of Hari, and he's
Hari,
also
okay.
Varya, means he's, because Krishna himself manifested as Giriraj. So therefore, he is non-different from Krishna, but at the same time, he's the perfect servitor of Krishna. That is why he's called as Haridasa Varya.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. And also the bhajan you sang today is it the KK song?
It is, we can send the link. It is in ISKCON Desire Tree.
Okay.
It should be in KK songs also. It should be, because this is written by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. It is part of our Vaishnava bhajans.
Very good. And also you before bhajan you sang one sloka for the Giriraj Govardhan.
Yes,
So
that is from
so
Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So can you please put in the
Sure.
group? So
Yes,
so,
yes, we'll
it's a
definitely.
wonderful story, wonderful pastimes, and thank you for the beautiful darshan of your Govardhan Sila. We are really fortunate to have the darshan.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Radha, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dhanavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam.
Mataji, actually, last time, I guess last 2 weeks back, we have been to Vrindavan. And when we have been to Vrindavan, we have done this Govardhan Parikrama. The guide which was guiding us, and he was the stories also which he was telling was amazing, but told us not to pick any kind of stone, Giriraj Shila,
Yes.
during that Parikrama, anything.
Yes.
So why is it like that? I mean, he told us that if we pick up and take it home, then, we'll get problems or something like that.
Well, the thing is that the recommendation is that whatever size of stone you take from Giriraj, if you do that on your own, then you should leave that much amount of gold to Giriraj. That is one thing. But then if you receive Shri Giriraj from a Vrajabasi, without being asked, without you going and asking, but if the Vrajabasi just gives you, Giriraj Shila, that is the best. That is the best way to receive Govardhan Shila. But it is offensive to take Giriraj Shila on our own. It's offensive to do that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad Pranam, Prabhu.
All glories goes to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you so much for a wonderful session, Mataji. So we understood how Krishna saved from everyone, and you said in between Krishna, all the Vrajabasis in 7 days they're able to see Krishna for 24 hours. It's very nice. Even that Balaram hiding Srimati Radharani, right? That story also very good. Hey Kana, what are you doing? But he is the person who is safe in all situation, you told, right? I could remember he is our Adi Guru, right? That's why he is saving in all our miserable conditions through a spiritual master, right? His representative. He is saving us. That's idealized in my mind. And in between you said, right, Prabhuji, 3 things, right? If intention is good and the action is bad, Krishna will apologize, and the other vice versa. If both bad means, then we need to see forgiveness. We need to ask forgiveness to Lord with the devotee. That's why it's an example of Indra, right? Intention is bad and action is bad. And action is good, intention is bad is Putana, right, Prabhuji?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. The second one I don't know, Prabhu. Intention is bad, action is good.
Jai Vijay.
Who is the...
Their intentions were good in stopping the 4 Kumaras, but their action was they were stopping them. So the action was not good.
Yeah, I could remember you earlier told this 3 things, but I missed this one. Yeah, very, very beautiful. The 3 points and the corresponding person who did that one. Yeah, that's very wonderful. That's a model for us. So what should be our intention? What should be our action? It should be proper. That's the most thing which I understood. And the bhajan, amazing bhajan. Seriously, the 3rd verse, I was thinking how to sing the higher notes, but you mixed up 2 words and you're singing. It's very it's I don't know how you will get the talent to sing that one, because every day we people are not singing, right? So the moment you're getting the tune and clubbing the words and singing in the proper notes, it's not easy task. That Krishna empowers in you both, I feel. Very wonderful bhajan, very, very wonderful. And thank you so much for the Japa tips as well. So beautiful Japa tips. So it's applicable for all of us. So we should properly concentrate each syllable while chanting. That you insisted. So we'll follow that one as well. And offering ghee lamp also, yesterday also gave the tip, and today also we gave the tip. So we'll follow it up. Thank you so much, Mataji, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? If not, we can continue tomorrow, same time, on Sri Govardhan Parikrama Part 2. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha
Patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki
Jai.
jai. Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki
Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji. Then with pranam.
Hare
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dadvan Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amrita Radhika. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Bo.
Hare Krishna.